Broncos have reached the midway mark in the MAC after a 2-3 stretch over the last 5 games. January 18th in Kalamazoo, Mike Flowers led 4 Broncos in double figures with 18 as Western Michigan defeated Kent State 67-63. After back-to-back road setbacks at Buffalo and Northern Illinois, the Broncos returned home last Saturday hosting rival Central Michigan. Mike Flowers scored a game-high 23, but the Broncos fell short 85-78. Then back on the road Tuesday night, Brandon Johnson scored a game-high 21 points, including some key baskets down the stretch. In a 64-60 Western Michigan win over the Redhawks, the Broncos' first conference road win of the season. I'm Robin Hook. Coming up, head coach Steve Hawkins joins me talking Western Michigan basketball after this timeout on Bronco Review.
Bronco Review is presented by Greenleaf Trust, financial security from generation to generation. Trust is in their name for a reason. They've earned it. And by Shupan. They know metal and plastic inside and out, creating a better environment through recycling.
At Arbor,
we're a cooperative financial institution who
has been proudly growing across the mitten. Our purpose
is to help members
achieve their dreams
through innovative financial solutions.
I am Arbor.
I am Arbor. I am Arbor Financial Credit Union.
And I am here to serve you.
And I am here to serve you.
This new Little Caesars thin crust pizza is so loaded with pepperoni and cheese. I don't believe there is any thin crust. Pepperoni, 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 cheese, 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 crust. Found it!
There is a crispy crust under all that pepperoni.
Get a Little Caesars large extra most bestest thin crust pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $6.49.
Pizza.
When leading edge medical care is what you need, will you be able to find it?
Right there.
When you find the perfect doctor for you, will you be able to choose her? Can one company give you the expertise, the technology, the choices, the peace of mind that your coverage is going to work the way you want it? Count on it. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card.
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg with Maple Hill Subaru. We're inside the all-new 7-passenger Ascent from Subaru, which has the same DNA as the entire lineup of Subarus. You get the great fuel economy with the beauty of all-wheel drive to get you through that lake effect snow, the low center of gravity from the Boxer engine, along with the best crash avoidance system on the market today called EyeSight from Subaru. Come on out to Maple Hill Subaru and drive these amazing vehicles. Maple Hill Subaru, for a journey like no other.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Nolte Insurance is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Raphael drives it to the rim, left hand, he scores it! Raphael Cruz driving through the Kent State defense, all the way to the rim with a left hand over the front.
Raphael Cruz going to the rim and a big win at home over Kent State back on January the 18th. The Broncos with 4 in double figures, play some pretty good defense and knock off a good Kent team in that home game back on the 18th, Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. And our MO in our wins has been good defense. We were able to hold their big man, Philip Whittington, to 2 points in that game, and that ended up being big for us, as well as Troy Simons, an outstanding shooter for them. We were able to kind of hold him down below his average.
Kent State, an outstanding team from the east side of the Mid-American Conference, and Western Michigan found a way to get it done on the home rims as we move along in the MAC schedule here in January and February.
Yeah, you know, it was huge for us. I mean, Kent State had been playing some outstanding basketball at the time, and you know, we spent a lot of time in the second half down, and this was one of our first come from behind wins, and I love the way that that we showed that we could come from behind in a game like this. We really needed not just a win, but a win like this.
I know you and the Kent State coach are pretty close. You guys probably as close as any two coaches in the league.
Yeah, Rob Sinderoff's a terrific guy and probably my best friend in the league and a really funny guy. We compete like heck during the game, but as soon as the game is over and before the game, we go back to being friends and talking about our daughters and everything else. It's one of those games where you win and you're much happier about winning than losing, but you also kind of feel bad for the other guy.
Spread the ball around in this game. He had 4 in double figures. Beartis White had a good game, scored 10 points, had some threes in this game for you.
He did, and that's been another part of our MO in our wins is we've been able to get some scoring out of more people than just our big two, what folks would say in terms of Mike Flowers and Brandon Johnson. Beartis really helped us. I think Rafael Cruz really helped us in this game also.
There's Mike going to the rim, getting fouled. That's a big part of your game too, going to the free throw line. And here he is making a play down the lane, and he's just a scorer. He's got that scoring mentality.
He definitely has a scoring mentality. He has no problem with the moment. Does a great job of, one of the things that I'm really happy with him this year, though, is his floor game has gotten a lot better. He's not just a scorer. He's also able to get other guys involved while still having a knack for making the big shot.
Here's Jared Prenny dumping one off into the corner for a jumper by Rafael Cruz. He's been a big addition for you. Outstanding sixth man for the Broncos.
Been terrific for us, and it just took him a little while to get used to the system, like it does anybody. But after he got used to it, he's really come into his own.
All right, here come the Broncos again, and Mike Flowers down the floor. Another close game. It seems like all of these MAC games go right down to the wire, everybody.
It's rare that we see a 10, 12, 15-point win. It's happened, but it's rare when you look around the scores at the rest of the league, not just ours. How many games come down to a couple of possessions or less?
Broncos on top at the half, 30-25. Kent would outscore you in the second half, but you held them off and win this game 67-63. There's your big man, Brandon Johnson, finishing inside.
Brandon has really done a terrific job of working in the offseason on his perimeter game, and it's something he loves to do. At the same time, we've also encouraged him to understand that when he gets down low, there's not a lot of folks that can stop him.
Yeah, and we'll see that in some of the other games that we have to talk about here today. But another outstanding job by the Broncos. Kent State takes the lead, and you have to come from behind here in the second half.
We got off to this was a stretch of games where we got off to a really poor start in the second half. We had been doing pretty well, and we got off to a really poor start in the second half. Kent State really turned up the heat and caused us some problems, but we were able to come back.
They've got some big bodies down there, and here you're down by 8, and not a whole lot of time left in this game, but you found a way to get it done.
Yeah, the guys, they've been resilient all year long. Jared Prenny came in, hit a couple of really big buckets for us, and we just kind of made plays. There's another one from Titus to Brandon. We just kind of made plays. It wasn't that it was great execution. It was just guys making plays. There was a good defensive stop right there for us, leading to a fast break. And this was big for us because we outscored them at the free throw line. And we love free throws. They're not exactly the most fun thing in the world. They're not exactly sexy. But it allows us, what it really allows us to do is it allows us to set our defense also.
How about the effort there by Titus Wright? A couple of putbacks, and finally it goes.
Yeah, one of the best big guys in the league. Yeah, already as a freshman, and certainly one of the best freshmen.
Here's your glue guy, Jason Whitens, doing what Jason Whitens does.
Just a tough kid, Robin. I mean, just a really tough kid, and always getting extra possessions, keeping the basketball alive, good offensive rebound, keeping the possession alive. He's a human extra possession.
Here you are, you've rallied back, you're down 1, and you get a hoop from Rafael Cruz, who was outstanding in this game for you, off the bench with 11 points. And there's Mike Flowers making a big shot.
That was a big one right there, and I thought he should have taken the first shot. He didn't. He took the second shot, which was much more highly contested, but knocked that down. And then this was the play of the game. We had a lead. We were hanging on, and then Raphael gets the steal, and they foul Mike, and Mike puts the game away at the free throw line.
I feel really confident when 12 steps to the line and the game is up for grabs.
It's a big deal, you know, when you have somebody that you can take the ball to at the free throw line when you have to put the win away. It makes a huge difference. David Cole was one of those guys going years back. If I could just get the ball into his hands, we could put the game away.
Broncos come from behind in the second half and win at home over Kent on January the 18th, 67-63. More highlights coming up next on Bronco Review.
Are you considering home improvements? You should consider Blackberry.
Blackberry has completed several home improvement projects in our neighborhood, so when we were ready for 20 new replacement windows, we called Blackberry. They completed the project on time and their workmanship was outstanding. Our friends are amazed, and we love the transformation of our home both inside and out with our new windows from Blackberry Home Improvement Specialists.
Call today or go to blackberrysystems.com.
At Galesburg Ford, we stand behind our football teams.
I like the Honolulu blue and silver.
I'm a fan of the purple and gold. Weston's brown and gold, all the way.
We may cheer for different teams, but our team here at Galesburg Ford has one goal, and that's great customer satisfaction as we find you a new car, truck, or SUV. So whether it's a brand new Ford
or a certified used vehicle,
score your next car at Galesburg Ford.
Touchdown!
Galesburg Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
All athletes strive to perform at their peak, and meeting that goal means putting in extra hours on the trail, in the gym, or on the court. It also means refueling after a tough workout. Chocolate milk has carbohydrates and protein to rebuild muscles, plus electrolytes to replenish your body. And with no additives, chocolate milk is nature's sports drink. So after your next training session, reach for the natural choice to help you meet your performance goals. Chocolate milk, the unofficial recovery beverage of athletes everywhere.
The numbers don't lie. At Arbor Financial Credit Union, our numbers work for you. Numbers like 0, the amount you'll pay in checking fees and at Arbor or co-op ATMs. Then there's $200, the average savings on mortgage closing costs when our members use their credit union. You should probably know about 5, the percentage lower your credit card rate could be compared to a bank. Take advantage of all our numbers. Not a member? Start saving today. Arbor Financial. Bank here, grow here.
Dear Dr. Johnson, I'm writing this letter to thank you for believing in a shy, quiet high school graduate and showing me the importance of believing in myself. You inspired me to pursue an internship in Seattle, a huge step that I never would have considered when I first arrived. Through countless meetings over 4 years, my world has grown bigger and ambitions bolder. From teaching kids to changing the face of education. Unforgettable bonds, unbreakable spirit, Western Michigan University.
Broncos are down 1. Here's Johnson to the hole. He throws it down from Crows on the break. Brandon Johnson with a man-sized dunk.
After that home win over Kent, the Broncos hit the road and took on Buffalo and Northern Illinois. A couple of tough places to play. They were unable to pick up victories on the road, then had a week off to get ready for arch rival Central Michigan. You hosted the Chippewas Hawk at University Arena.
Yeah, always a big game against our rival from up north, and this one was no different. We were coming off a tough travel week, Buffalo and Northern Illinois, and it was good to be back home.
Tell you what, the pregame atmosphere at University Arena is really been great. The team that puts that on, our event squad, does an outstanding job and really gets the fans into it going into a big game against Central Michigan.
It's huge, for us, especially weekends. Our weekends in Kalamazoo here, I've always said it's an event city, and our guys do you're right. I mean, the group that puts together our games, they do a terrific job, and then to play in front of the best band in the country, in my opinion, every game is a big deal for us also.
Had a rivalry ticket special, and the fans took advantage of that, and here you go against the Chippewas. And, this was a pretty tight game most of the way. Central Michigan's an outstanding team. They have a veteran group, and they score a lot of points.
They score a lot of points. They're very good offensively. They play just enough defense to get the job done. And in our game here, they play a lot more defense. But offensively, they're outstanding.
Will Boyer-Richard had a coming-out party in this one. 15 points for you, knocking down shots for Western Michigan. He's a three-point shooter, but he can also go to the rim, too.
Yeah, Will is the fact that he was able to get himself back to kind of where he was last year. He struggled a little bit earlier this year, and with guys like Beardis White and the quickness that he has, Will has lost some of his playing time, but we needed him badly in this game, and he really came through for us. It was good to see him shoot the ball well again.
Great ball movement here by the Broncos into the big man, Titus Wright, and I've talked about his feet and how he can really move under the basket. One of the best I've seen out of a freshman.
Yeah, it's incredible. It really is. We're so fortunate to have him, and sometimes he uses that spin move on the baseline we just saw, and he does it so quick that he surprises himself. Nobody's back in front of him.
It was also Alumni Reunion Day, and a lot of your guys came back, Hawk. This was great to see.
It's the reason I coach Robin. These guys, you coach them during their career, and there's a lot of fun stories, and there's a lot of wins, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But when they come back, and now you've gone from being their coach to their friend, and to see their families, I'm just so proud of that group and what they've been able to do after they've left Western Michigan.
Hockey trailed at halftime in this game, 41-34. You played them even up in the second half, but could not get over the top in an 85-78 loss.
Central is really good. I have to give them a lot of credit in this game. We really struggled. To keep them in front of us. Anytime we got close to them, they drove the ball. We didn't do anything we wanted to do defensively. We had a couple of tough calls go against us, got us into foul trouble. But Central was just too much for us this particular day, and we really couldn't keep the ball in front of us. We got another ball game up there, coming up later in the year, and I think we could do a much better job defensively than what we did in this game.
Brandon Johnson was in foul trouble most of the game. They held him to 3 points. That was a big difference in the game. He's going to normally be in double figures, 14 and 10 for you.
Yeah, Brandon, that was the main one. Brandon was in foul trouble. Jason Whiten's got into foul trouble, I believe, in this game here also. The rest of the guys came in, did a pretty nice job, and we made a late comeback. But the foul trouble is what hurt us. And then they also were able to get to the rim, and when we did defend them, like I said, there were a couple of, ticky-tack kind of fouls that we just weren't able to overcome.
That was Brandon's only field goal of the game right there. He scored 3 points. This guy, though, Mike Flowers, had 23, and he also can share the ball, too, and trying to get back into this game against one of the top teams in the league right now.
Yeah, and we did. We had an opportunity. I think we had it down to 5 with Beardis going to the free throw line. Had a chance to cut it to a one-possession game, and unfortunately missed a couple of the free throws there. But the guys once again they showed their resilience. In this game, this group will always fight, and it was no different in this game. We just couldn't get over the top.
Chippewas go on to win this game 85-78, despite a game-high 23 from Mike Flowers, as the Broncos unable to pull it out. This is Mike at the free throw line, and Western Michigan falls to the Chippewas. So now you got to regroup, Hawk, and you go back to practice on Sunday to get ready for a road game against Miami.
Yeah, these are, and this was after a tough road week, with the Buffalo and Northern Illinois trip. The bus had broken down at Buffalo, made for a long trip, came back, played this game. It was a difficult situation.
But the Broncos find a way to get their first conference road win. We'll talk about a Tuesday night victory at Miami next on Bronco Review.
You trust Dunshee Body and Frame for all your collision repair work, but we offer so much more.
like paintless dent repair, brakes, and wheel alignment. Perfect paint matching. Dunshee Body and Frame also works with all insurance companies to make sure your vehicle is restored to pre-accident condition. So for the personal service and high-quality workmanship, call Dunshee Body and Frame today at 375-2100. Dunshee, part of your community for the last 40 years.
Hi, I'm Jim Vandenberg with Maple Hill Volkswagen. This is the Volkswagen Tiguan. It comes in both 5 and 7 passenger models, and now it's joined by its big brother, the Atlas, which comes in a 7 passenger and 8 passenger model, completing the SUV lineup. All Volkswagens are backed by a 6-year, 72,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Best in the business. These are German engineered, value priced, with the longest warranty in the industry. Maple Hill Volkswagen, for a journey like no other.
Want more? More pep for your wallet? Open your eyes to a credit union. At Arbor Financial, we're here to help you get more from your money. Like earning up to 5% APY with a free Arbor Momentum checking account. Now that's more. Find out how much more you can earn by visiting an Arbor Financial branch or go to arborfcu.org.
This new Little Caesars thin crust pizza is so loaded with pepperoni and cheese. I don't believe there is any thin crust. Pepperoni, 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 cheese, 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 crust. Found it!
There is a crispy crust under all that pepperoni.
Get a Little Caesars large extra most bestest thin crust pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $6.49.
Pizza. More devices, more apps, more streaming. Today, we need more speed than ever to stay connected, so we're making the best in-home Wi-Fi experience even better. We're giving our customers faster speeds and including them in our most popular plans at no additional cost. We've increased our speeds 17 times in 17 years, so you can keep streaming, sharing, and connecting like never before. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Flowers got a pick from right, takes it down the right of the lane. To White in the corner for a catch and shoot 3! He got it in front of the Bronco bench.
Beardis White with a big hoop back on the 18th against Kent. Broncos go on the road Tuesday to take on the Miami Redhawks, looking for their first conference road win of the season, and Hawk, you would get it 64-60, hard-fought battle. Good offense, good defense, and your leaders got it done for you. Brandon Johnson and Mike Flowers.
Yeah, and two of the youngest teams in the MAC. Miami's a really young team. We're a really young team. There were times in the game where I felt like both teams were trying to give the game away to the other team, but Mike and Brandon were huge for us.
Brandon Johnson finished with 21, and he hit some big buckets down the stretch. You were going to him down in the low post late in that game Tuesday night, and they didn't have an answer for him.
That was the big thing, Robin. We just felt like that was what was working for us. We had a chance after the Central game to kind of regroup and put in some things offensively, simplify some things defensively, get back to some basics, and play through our two big guys down below, Brandon and Titus.
Not to go overlooked was the play of Adrian Martin, who D'd up their best offensive threat, Day Grant, and he had 8 points, a couple of threes, and a big drive to the basket in the second half.
Yeah, Ralphie was hurt, in the game, and I felt like we had something really going with Adrian there.
He played an outstanding game, and the Broncos get a big win on the road. Next up, Western Michigan plays host to Ball State Saturday. We'll look ahead to that game when we come back to wrap it up on Bronco Review after this timeout.
What do you do when you discover something great? Well, you tell your friends and family about it, right? Well, that's exactly how Lake Michigan Credit Union became the largest credit union in Michigan. With one of the highest checking account rates in the nation and guaranteed low mortgage rates, word is spreading fast about Lake Michigan Credit Union. Earn more when you save, pay less when you borrow. Lake Michigan Credit Union, the best place for your money.
When you need home improvements, you should call Blackberry. Do you need a new roof? Give us a call. We're one of the area's most trusted and professional roofing contractors, having completed thousands of roofing jobs throughout West Michigan. Right now, you can save 50% off the installation of our new roofing, featuring the Owens Corning Duration Shingle that comes with a limited lifetime warranty for installation and materials. Call today or go to blackberrysystems.com.
No matter what pops up during your day, Ascension Borges makes it easy to get the care you need. Anytime, from anywhere. Now you can see a doctor online, right from home, 24/7. Check in online for urgent and ER care. Or even schedule a visit with a primary care doctor. You'll find it all at getascensionmichigancare.com, with locations across West Michigan.
At Galesburg Ford, we stand behind our football teams.
I like the Honolulu blue and silver.
I'm a fan of the purple and gold. Weston's brown and gold, all the way.
We may cheer for different teams, but our team here at Galesburg Ford has one goal, and that's great customer satisfaction as we find you a new car, truck, or SUV. So whether it's a brand new Ford
or a certified used vehicle,
score your next car at Galesburg Ford.
Touchdown!
Galesburg Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
Want more? More house in less time? Open your eyes to a credit union. At Arbor Financial, we're here to help you get more from your money, like our no money down and no PMI mortgage specials, and a promise to meet your closing date, or we make your first payment. Now that's more house faster. Find out how much you can earn by visiting an Arbor Financial branch or go to arborfcu.org. Now open in Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo Avenue, south of 68th.
Back outside, Whitens tend to shoot into the post. Brandon Johnson goes up and over and through. Pippen to the rim and lays it in off the window. Brandon Johnson.
Brandon Johnson will lead the Broncos into a Saturday afternoon home game. In fact, it's a doubleheader. The women play Eastern Michigan at 2, followed by the men's game against the Ball State Cardinals at 4:30. Love the doubleheaders. Saturday afternoon basketball, University Arena Hawk.
You know, it takes my mind off of things. You know, get a chance to watch the women play a little bit, and one of the worst times of the day for a coach, that time right before you play. So grab a popcorn, watch the women play a little bit, and it's an exciting women's team this year.
Broncos against Ball State at 4:30 in Game 2. Ball State, an excellent defensive team. So get out and watch the Broncos Saturday, 2 o'clock and 4:30 at University Arena. Next week, we'll talk hockey. Andy Murray joins me as we review the weekend series with RPI. For our staff, Coach Hawkins, I'm Robin Hook. Thanks for watching. See you next week on Bronco Review.